deployment, what we call deployment, and what we call continuous deployment, as well as what we call um, pipeline, and we call what we call the best practice in the software development. So I asked you to talk anything about them, and you refused, which is not cool. But I won't just move like that. I have to ask someone. Fiona, can you tell us about any of those topics that I said? I said the deployment, deploy, and I added uh, I forget another thing. I added CI, CI/CD, and then I added what we call practice. So anyone of you guys can tell us any of these topics. And I would like to go first with the Nadine or Fiona. Feel free to unmute yourself, Nadine. Can you hear me, guys? Just let me know if you can't hear me. Fiona, can you hear me? Okay, okay, okay. Just Fiona, I can see you giving me a thumbs up. So can you unmute yourself, please, and tell us about any of those topics? This one. Hello. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Ah, this is sad. Okay, Jan. Yes, Jan. You can unmute yourself. I can't hear you. You can unmute yourself. Is anyone hearing what Mr. Zian is talking about? Is anyone hearing Mr. Zian? No. So Zian, your mic might have an issue. You can check out and fix it. So, guys, is there anyone who can try to? Okay. So we don't have that much time.
Sorry,
Uh, okay.
sorry to explain about deployment and the CI and CID.
You can choose any one of them or both if you know.
So like what can tell you about the deployment? Suppose during we are building any application, we are still running on locally or we are still in development. Once we want to be accessible by multiple users, we need to make it in production. On this time we deploy it. So you may usually bucket you may deploy on railway render so you can deploy that application in order to be accessed online and like to be accessed locally so as your contributors can access it that application. So there are some other platform that can you deploy your application like a Vaso, like a Netlify. So that is the platform that can help you your deployment your application. So also there is a continuous integration and the continuous development. This it usually used by checking your maintainability of your code. So it is usually applied in DevOps. That is my point.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Sales. That's much detail about deployment and the CI/CD. Is there anyone else want to add anything or ask? Is there anyone? Yes, Nadine.
Good evening.
Good evening, Nadine.
Okay, what I can say about deploy CD deployment is like process of making your software or website or application live so that it can be usable for any user. And about CI/CD, CI it's a continuous integration which check every time you push it automatically test your code, and CD continuous deployment it checks tested code is automatically prepared or released to users. Yeah, that's how I can say it. Thanks.
Okay, okay, welcome. So, welcome, welcome, you guys. Even if it took you long to adapt, so that was wasn't cool. I can't go without criticizing you guys. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't know the real answer to something, but as long as you have any idea of what he doesn't understand about the things or the topic that he presented to you, uh, just feel free to express your idea or how you understand the things. That's how you know or get more. So okay, I have to take this call. Sorry, guys. Okay, so sorry guys. I had to take the call that was calling me. So now, so now we're about to dive deeper into these four, no, no, three topics. But before we get to this, and nobody to talk about it, we are just have to understand what we call the deployment and the CI/CD. Both both has explained them correctly. We say deployment when we understand the public to access uh, our app, but not only for public. You might deploy your system not only for the public but also for specific use. Like for the internal systems, they are also get deployed, but they are not deployed to be accessed by the public, but they are deployed to be accessed uh, by the specific users. So uh, so okay. Let me, sorry, I let me, there is our colleague who is asking for the link. Okay, that's cool. So now, now you understand when we do deployment. We deploy when we want some specific users to access the system that we have developed after, uh, like testing or seeing that it can perform at least the core um, of the operations that we want it to be performing. So now after deciding on deployment, now we come to what we call CI and CD. CI and CD. So this, like I said here, I said after seeing that our system can perform at least the core feature of the core operations of uh, the operations that we want the system to be performing, we do what shit. We do what we decide on how to be delivering or how to be um, giving access to those users. So that's where CI and CD comes in. CI is for continuous integration. So when we say about continuous integration, you have to understand that there is the part of there is a part or some features of the system that has been already implemented, but also we are adding more features or we are adding more fixes to the system that we have already implemented. So that's where continuous uh, integration comes in. We have the core system which is deployed or which has been provided to our users and it is serving them. And now what we are doing what we are adding more features, we are adding more fixes, we are adding um, more clarification or other stuff that your use case might require. Yes. Okay, so guys, anyone raise their hand? Sorry, I'm getting called. Someone raised the hand. Who is that? What do you want to ask? Okay, I forgot to do like this. Okay, so just ask me if you want. Have you got the answer? Okay. Uh, so now we are doing continuous integration. So to do continuous integration, um, we have to make sure that what we are delivering are of being delivered, right? So we set up the automation that will help us to test and validate whatever we are about to do. What we are about to be providing to the user or to be integrating to the system which is already in production. So after making sure that our system or the change, no, not the system, but the change or what the change that we want to be adding or patching to the already existing system are are accurate or are free of any vulnerabilities. So we we provision them to the CI, no, no, CD. We move from CI to CD. CD stand for continuous delivery. Now we deliver the package, or we deliver the new features, we deliver the new fixes to the bug which is in the production. You're getting it. So we have first of all validated or checked our system, or did scanning. After scanning the change that we want to be integrating into the system, now we are about to do delivery, to provision them to the users via integrating those changes to the main what to the main system, by doing this, by doing delivery. So you might ask yourself, how do we implement these two stuffs? Because they seems to be conflicting somehow. They seems to somehow they seems uh, to be meaning one thing. So yeah, you are correct if you are asking yourself this question, and it is the real reason why that the most of the time they come together, they goes together. You can't say CI without CD. It creates an ambiguity. So they goes together, because most of the time you will see most of the simple systems implement them in one file, in one you can say action, or in one pipeline file. So for C for CI, I can say you first of all check for the test, if your test pass, if there is no vulnerabilities, just check and scanning. For CD, you do deployment, or yeah, you let us keep it simple and short. You do deployment. So there is another thing that we didn't talk about. So here there is two way of delivering your system to the users. The first one is let me check for the term that I can use. Okay, let me say just plain delivery, plain delivery. Let me use plain D. Then the second one is um, containerization. Containerization. Uh, Containerization, right? So another thing is containerization. For the prime delivery, here what you need is like the way we have been setting up uh, the Django project. You set up the Django project. After setting up the Django project, then you deploy directly. You provide it uh, uh, to the uh, to the targeted users by deploying it on the specific platform, just uh, as um, without using any containerization technologies. So like is like saying that I have a package, a specific package which I want to deliver from here in Rwanda to America. So and you say like I will swim, I will swim. I'm not going to take any transportation means. I'm going to go to take my package up to America. If uh, I reach the ocean, I will swim with my package up to America. So you get that you might go at some point that you may sink with your package, and um, you can't recover it, and even you can't recover yourself. I hope you are getting it. So but with a container, you containerize the package you want to deliver, to what? Like to America from here. You take a container, you put in your package. Like, are we together? Ask a question if you are not getting me. Okay, I hope you are together. Thumbs up if you are together. If you are getting what I'm saying, thumbs up. Okay. So for here, even if your package might sink, it will be very easier to recover it because it is already in the container. If it is packaged very well and the container is maintained very well, even if it may sink, the water might not penetrate in. So it is the same as to how we ship the system products or app products to the users. For the plane, like we said, you are mostly to sink. If you sink, it is hard to recover the system which you have delivered without um, containerizing them. So for the containerizing, we have different ways of containerizing. Oh, okay. So this guy seems like it doesn't drip. It doesn't drip. So now for the containerization, there is another way, another and more efficient way for containerization, where you can do this one give us more options of how we can deliver the packages to the users. So the first thing that makes the containerization more efficient than any way of delivering is that you can deliver more than one package into what you can deliver more than one package at the same time, right? So the first thing is scalability. The first thing is scalability. Scalability. The second is recovery is very simple. Recovery is very simple. The third one, automation, is very easier. Automation is very easier. The third I can say is that is that it gives you inside here when you say about scalability, you get what we call you can do what we call orchestration. In Rwanda, we had orchestration. Orchestration. We had a band. What is a band? Orchestration. That called orchestra impara. So when what orchestration stand for is that, like we said, you can deliver many packages at the same time without having any downtime or cost overhead. For here, with the help of fast recovery, automation, and many things, you can you can do something we can call like a ship, right? A ship, the ocean ship, not the not animal, right? You can do a ship, and a ship can deliver for you more than one container, right? So for those container can help you to handle any large numbers possible, and also it can help you to scale up or down, right? So those are the oh, shit. Yeah. So those are the thing. Those are the thing that was really worth of covering. So here on the containerization, we have many ways of containerizing. The first way is using the container called Docker. Docker. Another way is no, no, another thing that does the same as what Docker does is what we call container D, Podman, and more. So now since is anyone has any question or clarification want from here, because we are going to move to the next section. It's now clear here. Okay, it's clear. Okay, so now we have seen the now we have seen what it takes for us to deploy the application to the production environment, what you call production environment. So what we are going to look at as usual, we are going to do a simple deployment, a simple deployment uh, of the system that we have been building. Yeah, a simple application of what we have been building. We have a CDV project, and can this one? I didn't check. Let me check what is inside. Um, Let me check what is inside. I hope you can see this terminal. Okay. Now let me check if it can run. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. I don't have time to fight with these guys. So let us now initialize. Let us just initialize our own project, right? Okay. So oh shit, it's not cool also. Mhm. So first of all, we are going to do what to we are going to install to install Django, and I hope that everyone knows about this, right? Everyone knows this. Okay, I should have already done this, but it's okay. Doesn't take time. So now, after do this, we are going to do what we are going to initialize what I'm expecting you guys to tell me because you are the master of this. You have been learning this since the beginning of last month. So why are you quiet? I'm waiting for you guys to tell me. I'm waiting for you guys. Don't be shy. Nobody. DMS, can't you try? DMS, can't you try? I can see your screen right now. Sure. You guys, can't you see my screen or it is DMS only? Can't you see my screen too? Let me know. Let me know. So, okay, you can see my screen. Is there anyone who can't see my screen? Is there anyone who can see my screen? You can all see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so but you can't say but you can't say the command to be used. Okay, let's just okay. Let me call it. Let's just deploy to. Yeah, let's just deploy. Hey, I used the wrong name. Let us deploy. Okay, this is cool. Let us deploy. So we are now going to just deploy, right? And I hope are we together? Hello. Okay. So we are going to do what we are going to deploy. We are going to do to create a simple project. Is definitely my connection. So oh, my connection is anyone facing the same issue? Is there anyone who is facing the same issue so that you can see what you can do? Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, sure, I can see it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, my. Okay, it's up here. So the time is if you can't answer, yeah, what we are going to do, we are going just to deploy what we already have because um, we are out of time space. So yeah, taking time. So what we are going to do, let me be giving you the brief. What we are going to do is that we are going to set up the the first deployment environment. This guy is hiding the, the language. what is this? So guys, make sure you, if you do system, you automate things. And the first one I have been using was code and this. So now, is it, so now what we are going is we are going to deploy. Mr. Serge said that we can deploy on different platforms. The first one he said is uh, I don't know if it is the first, but there is a lender, there is laid way, and there is what do you say? Python everywhere, Python everywhere, and there is what we call what did he say? Lender. Okay, there is a new one which is upcoming called Undersea, which is DjangoRwanda. You should check it. And also you can there is another one called what many more. So you can deploy Django project on more platform. There is Azure, Cloud, which is for Microsoft. There is AWS. There is minimal. But another thing that you have to know is that you can buy VM. You can or buy VPN, VPS. You can buy virtual machine or virtual private machine and deploy your system. Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead. Who is raising the hand? Who is raising the hand? So you can deploy wherever you want. So the so the developer options are first of all are not more are these one. These ones are for developer options. These guys are developer options because they offer free tier. They offer free tier, so that's why they are for developer options. Other they charge before you even deploy. So I prefer to go. Yeah, okay, yes, that's another one. Digital Ocean and many more. They are here and many more. So you can deploy wherever you want, and the VMs and the virtual private and so virtual private machine also um, are a really good cost option, budget options for deploying the systems. It didn't, it didn't, okay. I can see it here. So now we have seen where to deploy, and we are going to be doing deployment. So um, so if you want, like for you guys, I can tell you to go with this. To only require you just two steps to deploy your system, but I have been trying to deploy. I mean this one. I've been trying to deploy Django and this today, but it wasn't going as it should. But it works on other systems. So it's up now. Um, Okay, let us just go with this one. Let's go with this one, I think. So the last time we worked on this authentication project, so why can't we try to deploy this one? I can see deploy. What is inside deploy? I can see. Wow, okay, there's nothing. So there's nothing. So let's try to do what CD. Let me just make sure that I know where I am. So I can do like then auth project. Okay, so now I'm inside. So we are going to do what we are going to do deployment for the system. So currently we have nothing except the proper pipelines for just deploying the pipeline for deploying the the notes that I have been sharing with you guys. I hope you know them. So let me take an advantage of this pipeline we have been saying. Our system is ready to be deployed, and we have to set up continuous deployment, continuous integration, and we have first of all to scan whatever we want. So currently this pipeline we have, or uh, DevOps setup we have, isn't for continuous integration. It is just for continuous delivery. Because what I'm doing here, I'm setting up my rules on this branch, then do what set up my environment, or my virtual machine environment, which will be responsible for pushing my static content to the already deployed version. So here I said virtual what environment what, but currently we call them jobs, right? You say the rules are the one which make up the jobs, especially on the GitHub action. So the reason why we say job, you might want to you might want to carry out different operations at the same time, or uh, in one CI file. So what you do, you specify or differentiate them by names, or by names, by just indenting them when we are using YAML technology. You may try out Jenkins and whatever. So you use this keyword for specifying that here I'm going to be defining jobs which I will be doing, and this, and what your job will be doing is defined by its body. Like you say, if you have an environment, or you have to read some secrets. I didn't say secrets, man. Ah, okay, well, it's okay. So you just first of all read them at the um upper side, then you proceed with the further steps. For steps, this the standard syntax. This is the syntax, standard syntax. So here, on I remember the thing that I forgot to take about, which which is really important. Regarding the CI/CD here, there is an important thing you have to know before we move on. The important thing that we have to know is that on CI CD, the order matter more. Order matter than anything else. Matter more. Order matter, right? I hope you are getting me. You are getting this. Order matter. So if I say order matter, that means what you wrote first has the order matter. Yes, order matter more. So what you write first has to be logically um, logically make sense to be coming first, and what comes next has to be logically the one to be coming next. Like what this means is that when you're writing code, um, the system or the execution run in parallel, right? So let me come this uh, yeah here. So like you can say that you are going to read the environment variable at the end of this pipeline, at the end of this step. You can't you can't say the environment variables are going to be read at the last time. You can't, because the 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 pipeline or this job here, no, these steps, at least this one needs this environment. And when you say you're going to be reading it here at the last step, it won't be accessible, because this we learn before this environment gets provided to it. I hope you're getting me. The order matter more. The let me just say. Yeah, you have to write the you have to write the pipelines in a sequential way. In a sequential way. Uh, so now, so okay, now we're good to go. Order matter more. So now what we are going to do here, we are going to do what? We are going to set up the pipelines. We are going to deploy. So we can try to deploy. Let's try to deploy. Let's see how we can let's see how we can deploy the the premise system. Let me call them a premise system, but I know that you understand what I mean. So I do have a render account, and you might use any platform that you want. So what you do, you just, I hope I see the screen. So what do? You just come here. This is my dashboard. What do? You come here, then select web service, because uh, what you are going to be deploying is a web. Oh, this one is updated, so I have to okay, I have to okay, but it's okay. No, so we are almost 20. So I wanted us to create it from scratch, but the time. Mm-mm. So So you choose. So I can see the time is getting us quickly. So you choose. Should we implement everything from scratch, like uh, setting up this one, or getting uh, continue just taking a look on deployment and containerization, then getting insight into what we already have. You choose what's better, but it goes hand in hand with the time. Let us say what we think is good, then move forward. Let us be quicker, guys. So one, who from scratch. Second, unmute
Set up
yourself.
from
Hmm? Okay, so I check what is this for me if you keep quiet. So, because like I first of all say um, from scratch, and it's gonna take us from scratch to second. Who is okay? Who is no one? These are two guys from scratch. Next, so we are already. So I just want to see. We are 9 people. We are at least if it is from scratch. I will count the rest people and put them on any side I want. These are 3 people, and what are the seven? Is 5 people doing? There are 5 people, so left. 5 people left. I want to hear from them. Just feel free, guys. Or you are not active with us. 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 Guys, thumbs up if you are active with us. Thumbs up if you are active with us. No, no, no. I'm not talking about these guys who are ready for show they said their own. Okay, then why aren't you um saying what you think? The time is already over. Should we start from scratch? Okay, I think that's enough. So 5 people decided to not to start from scratch, but you're going to balance that, right? You're going to balance that, but 5 people are more than 3 people. So what we are going to do, I'm going to assume that you are, or not assuming, I'm sure that you are all familiar with the setting up, setting up the what, setting up the Django project from scratch, because we have been doing that, together. So I'm sure that you are all familiar. I'm sure that you are all familiar. Mm, you are all familiar with what we call Django project setup. So if you are familiar with Django project setup is easier to do what to is easier to just just no 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 no. Just deploy. Just deploy. Uh, Django. Oh, okay. Where's menu? So now we have set up our project. So what you are going to do? You requested from scratch. This from scratch. What we are going to do? Which one is this? Just deploy. Just deploy. Yeah, this is it. So now what you are going to do is down, installed, up, installed, so just deploy.
Yes, Ella?
Okay. So now what we are going to do here, uh, we have already did what? We have already shit, it is mm. So what we are going to do now, as you can see, we have our our project set up, and we can do first. We can do we can do so we can do we can do run Python manage and get our system running. This is easy. So 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 let me now just make immigration. Let me use this. Okay. So now we are good to go. So what we are going to do here, we what we are going to do here, we are going to do to just deploy whatever we have set up from here. So whatever we have set up from here, but to do so, we have first of all, I want this MV configured inside here. So I have to do because it has been installed outside. So it has been installed outside. I don't know if you have noticed this. It has been installed outside. Oh, it is installing it from this stuff. Yeah, cool. I hope you're seeing the reason why I deleted those files. We need them inside. We need them inside. We need them inside. Uh, yeah, we need them inside this just to deploy. And I think I did another mistake. Okay, it doesn't have all dependence. It doesn't have all dependence. What I can do, uh, I can do also Django admin project in contrast. No, let me try this. Django admin. Admin. Oh. So, okay, this is what I wanted now. So now I come here, and I just deploy. So now the system. So now we can deploy. Now what I can do is just Python make a migration. Mm, So now we're good to go. Okay, so we are good to go. So our server is up and running. We we can just test it. We can test it. Our server is up and running. So what we are going to do, what we are going to do now, we are going to deploy this app. So there is a way we can deploy it. The best way to deploy it, we have to have it on our repository. Um, yeah, you see, we have to have it on our repository. So to have it on our repository, let me, because we are going to be using what we are going to be using GitHub Actions. So on GitHub Actions, Ari, I said there is many ways that you can deploy. There is many ways that you can use to deploy your system, or you can write your CI/CD pipelines. So the more no, common technologies that are being used is GitHub Actions, Jenkins is not like this. Jenkins is not like this. Jenkins, right? And also Terraform minimum according to your skills. So the entry level CI/CD pipelines are GitHub Actions, and which most of the time use uh, YAML technology or YAML. You can sometimes they add this I. So you want to know more, you can just go ahead and research about it. So to do so, you just have to create a repository. You just have to create a repository. This will not take too long. So no need for too long. So you create a repository. Um, just to deploy. You just create a repository. Sometime You may initiate init. You may do git init and do repository, but you have to go with this one. Okay. So here what I'm going to do is okay. Yeah, I'm looking where the best step for them to post it so that it doesn't cost me the pro doesn't cost me doesn't cause me the conflict error. You appear to have grown empty, so now we are good. I can come here. I can come here and then move, right? Move this into this. Just let me do copy. Does it work on? Okay, let me try it. Just deploy into layers. Sheet is directory, so directory cannot be copied. Let us try this. Oh, sheet. Actually, trying to rename. Okay. Um, since okay, they are still there. They didn't go. Just deploy. Okay. Let me do it manually then.
Yep.
Is anyone want to say something?
I wanted to say you can just do it manually within the VS Code.
Yeah. I just want to do it manually as well. Let me do it manually. Oh, it might have been copied. No, this no item, nothing inside. So now we are good. So we don't need much things. Let me test if it works. Okay, so this confirm to us that it works. if it works, this one works, then confirm that it works. It works. Okay, yeah, it worked. So we are good to go, right? Then what do? You come at your Lena dashboard, then you create a new web service because it is a web server. Then we named our repository. We named our repository just deploy, right? This one we named just deploy. So this one, what it helps you, it detects the technology that you have used. So um, so this configuration, we are not going to talk much about it. Is here when you have a project, here when you have a specific environment. When environment is like a staging environment, production environment, development environment. So you don't just specify much. So here, this is where the things got get weird here. We have used a pipe, what pipe envy, not pipe install requirement. You have to make sure that you are aware of the package manager that you have used. You have used pipe envy, not pipe what? Not pipe install requirement. So after that, here for start command, how do we start? Um, how do we start the Django project? How do we start Django project? Anyone? How can we start this Django project that they are going to be running? Nobody can try this. Nobody. Anyone? Just feel free. Failing is part of the journey. Okay.
We use the Python manage the py run server.
Okay. Yeah. That's the command that we use when dealing with the Django. That's the command we use when dealing with Django. So we use Python and py start project. Are you okay? Uh, why can't we do like this, Mr. Jan? Is it Jan? Why can't we do like this? Do you remember when we do Django admin start project? We do it when we are setting up the development project, so that when we are telling Django to give us a boilerplate setup, right? Initial templates, so that we can build on top of. So here now we are starting the actual system that you have already built, which is ready for testing or development. Um, so here, as you can see, I have choose this one. Uh, now, now here they are suggesting something that I didn't talk about, but let us ignore them for now and create our service and see. So we deploy the brain system like this, starting the app or the app. we when we use Django admin start project when we are requesting Django to set up to give us the boilerplate. It is like asking for boilerplate. So now we have deployed the brain. What? We have okay, so now we have deployed the brain Django project. So let us take a look on it is not running. So read failed. Here there is something that we are missing. The okay, let me get back to this configuration and show you. Here the simple thing that we should have did is just first of all to install, and then do pipe mv install. After installing the pipe mv, we use it to install our system. Okay, so now we took a look on what we took a look on deploying the because the why we should have used. So now we have seen on how to deploy the just the system. So because we have almost used it 36 minutes, we can't keep going. Uh, we can't. Okay, I think he's in here. So let us take a look on the pre-configured implementation though, so that it doesn't take long. Because guys, this is really huge. You can take around a week running it by just consuming a smaller content per day. So here what I'm going to do is to check out the name, then you pull. So now we have updated branch. We have updated branch. I kept this branch unupdated because we needed it to be using it to run from scratch. So now, Ari, we had a CD continuous delivery, which we configured to deploy. Uh, this this running repository. Let me show you this running repository to the GitHub page. That's another thing that you should also check out by yourself. How to deploy on a GitHub page, but this one that does it exactly. It doesn't have to. Yeah, this the content of this what the content of this. I have to close some apps which are not using. Otherwise, the electricity might become an issue. I think I'm not using this. I'm using this. What? So okay, yeah, you see, I clicked on this deployed, then I navigated to this website, to this just a simple Django website where you come and see whatever things we have been learning along the journey. So to do this, what is helping me to achieve it is just this simple workflow. The one I have showed you earlier, this is simple workflow I have showed you earlier. So now the another pipeline that we are seeing here is for just deploying what for now deploying this project. This okay, as you know, I think you are now familiar with how we have been doing things. We have been using the same project along the journey from class-based view to authentication. Now we keep the same project here to deployment. Is the project that we are going to do to deploy. So earlier we have been using pipe envy, but now we have a requirement. No, no, we have a requirement which requires to use what to use a pipe. No, no, pipe install requirement. But mainly the project use what use just pipe envy. I thought about bringing this challenge so that you get familiar with using both package managers. So um, use both package managers. So let's take a look at this. So currently, this does two things. It's for deploying the container and what is deploying our container. I forgot to create the one for running like test. Okay, it deploy a container, but also it help us to check the important thing, which stand for continuous delivery. Here, okay, the upper thing are the same. Here I was just defining the pipelines or rules for just uh, pushing for just running only on a specific on a specific what on a specific event pull requests pull requests and there should be I should have also specified the branch, but it's okay. So this pipeline, my pipelines will be running only on the pull requests, and there's where it has to get whatever it is. So now the next thing in my jobs, I have to be reading what I have to be reading the this flowing environments. Here is where we are going to get back to what I I I skip the array. There is a thing I skip the array, or I can found it. Let me move on here. I can show you guys what it is. So that is what we call secrets, or the configuration that we make that shouldn't be visible or accessible to someone else than the one who is responsible. And the person who is responsible or who should see those secrets or values are the person who are either developing or maintaining the system that you are uh, developing. So for that case, those configurations or secrets has to be kept secret as their name specify or clarify. So to do so, okay, you may ask yourself, what are those secrets or environment variable that should be kept secret? So the first thing is the crucial configurations that your system depend on, or that provide high privilege to the user or to anyone who has accessed those configurations. So when I say configurations, are like the database URLs, secret keys, like anything, any value or any configurations in your system that provide or give high privilege. When I say privilege, it's like permission access to sensitive information or to sensitive um, permission that may allow someone to do a sensitive operation within the system. So here, when I come here, like in this setting, this nothing, right? This doesn't harm anything. This static URL doesn't harm anything currently. Also, this validator doesn't harm anything. But this didn't configure the production environment. Here, didn't configure production environment. Also nothing here. But this also should be, I get it. Here, here, this security key in to use this security key here in just for running purpose, it's okay, security key. But if you know what security key is used for, you can't just hard code like this. Hard coding security keys is in these days isn't even allowed. GitHub can't allow you push the secret key just like that. It first of okay, if I enable, I'm thinking about showing you how it does it. Okay, let me show you how it does it. You may restrict. uh, Okay, this will take us too many things. So, but you can just automate many things. You can just automate many things. So pushing secret key is considered as bad practice. Considered as very bad practice. Very bad practice. You should never do that. Not only secret key, but every um, every sensitive configurations settings. You should never push their values. You should ask yourself, how can I configure those uh, configurations so that they aren't get accessible to an unauthorized people or the person who should then be accessing them, or how can I push them to GitHub? The first thing is to configure your repository. GitHub repository. GitHub does a lot of things so that the uh, so that the advanced securities, I think, so that whenever it it notices that you are pushing the secret keys, it does what it sorry whenever okay, you will find it because I'm rushing. Um I can't focus on. I can't remember where the configuration is, but it's where it's in setting reach mountain time after I can show you. So now let us get back to uh, our pipeline. So here, what we are reading the secret environment variables from the secret. This read from GitHub. So GitHub, when you are setting up the the secrets for the repository, here is where you find it. Is where you configure them. Secrets and variable. Then you click on actions. Then you come to the repository secrets here. Repository secrets. Then you set up this the name. Then this is the value. Uh, so you set up every environment variable that you want. Then after you begin with the steps for setting up or for providing the rules which govern the pipeline that you want to, or the job that you want to be um, running. So here you provide the steps for the first step is to make sure that you have your environment variable. The second step just to specify what environment you want to use. You set up your environment that your pipelines will use to run. The second you install the dependency or project that depend on or use. Then now you use this command. This command, you remember, is for checking. No, this one. This is the name for for the rules or for the constraint that you want to enforce. For the constraint that you want to enforce. So now you check what you check what you know what you check. I hope. Now you proceed with doing if all of your migrations are in place, right? You make sure that all of what migration are in place. You do it by migrating them. Now you test if they have been created and none is missing. So now we are good. Here I added a comment that say if you want to deploy the if you want to deploy the Docker or container, you can proceed with it. I will be adding more, but not for today. So, now I hope you might be asking the reason why I have put these pipelines here or continuous integration deployment here is because it is the rules for GitHub. They have the workflows has to be under GitHub folder, which has to be at the root repository at the root level. So now we have seen those steps. When you are in development, this is how you set up your environment variables. Most of the time, for the people is uh, who do good practice, you just have to have .env and commented out. To see how it is commented out, this env, you can just come here and uh, see it is in here. It is commented. So it is not allowed or good practice to push this in the file. Never push it. But you can push this mv.example file, which help another your fellow developer and or any contributor to see the configurations that has to have in place. Then now those are the ones that we are going to be consuming here in our settings. In the settings, you see we are reading them. We are reading them. This one helps us to automate configurations uh, to automate the configuration with uh, environment variables configurations. Uh, this, like I said at the beginning, I said if you doesn't want the boilerplate that Django provide, never use Django if you want to do everything from scratch because Django is not for you. Django is for the people who are doing things at first and are ready to use the capabilities that it provide, which are the boilerplates. So we use this config to read those MV variables, but I think this is the reason why we are not getting it. So we then after reading, don't worry about this config. Django handle it for us. After reading them, you come below and just you use them this did use them instead of decoding the values. I hope you are seeing it, right? You use them instead of reading them. You know, Django, he come here and take everything for us. Like this secret key, if you remember, we just decoded each array, but now we are doing what we are reading from environment variable, and as you can see here, now we are setting up the database. We are reading database name, then we set it, then password, then username, then password. But we are all reading them from here. You can see them here. We are reading from here. So now we have seen how to set up what the configuration and pipeline. So the next is now we are going to set up what we call the container. So the container should be easier as possible. I gotta take this code.
You are muted.
Sorry guys. So here what we do now, we are going now to move on to the containerization. So we are now going to take a look at orchestration. We said the early orchestration is about making a ship which ship more than one container. Here, what we are doing, we are just containerizing one our system into one um, container. So what we do, we first of all clone, we first of all set up the like environment that our system uh, will be running on, because the container I don't know. I didn't go deeper into the container, but when we say about container, we are is about isolating, creating isolation for system to be different from to be independent from the platform, or to be different, to be independent from the environment that it is running from or it is in. Like if you are using Mac, doesn't matter as long as you are using it, doesn't matter the settings that you have on your PC, as long as you are running the system which is containerized in Docker or any container. Because everything that the system depend on, it is only installed inside the container. You only inside the container, which is really different from these things we have done. Because to use this system, I have uh, here in deployed, you have your system has to have the same infrastructure that this system need, or dependence that this system needs. You have to install everything. But for here, we just set up like virtual environment. Uh, Here is the compressed image, Python image from the Docker, from the registry. You set you specify the environment that you want to use. Then you make directory where you want to store the app. Then after you update. This is just normal updating, like the way you do you update your system, your system, right? People who use want to do update and whatever. So after updating and you are sure that your system is up to date, the system I'm talking about, it is a virtual system we have created. Then we install our requirements. You first of all copy them. You are copying them from here to here. Don't get confused, right? We are copying them from here. This just this repository, this our normal repository, no folder, to this repository that we created, or directory that we are created. Then we copy out the rest of the code or implementation that we have into this directory. Then now we set up the environment. So here I did set up environment here because currently the time to need them wasn't yet, right? But now here we need them. So what we do here now, we run Python manage, and then we correct what we correct everything, every static application that we have. This thing build this command is different from run server or whatever. It run the system and generate static pages. So those static pages are the one which uh, get served to on this port here, on this port. So this uh, port we are giving to this container is different from this one we are seeing here, right? The first thing, the first port is for the container itself. The another port is for the our application, which is housed or which is containerized within the container that we have. So the request will be hitting this container, and um, this container provision them to the server that it house. Okay, so The composer is where we do bunch of orchestration and the main more, and where we set up the environment or whatever. So now we are good to go. Docker ignore many stuff. So you can do we can do anything. Let's 21, no? The time has gone. So guys, go and play with this. Um, go play with this. The time has gone. We are 21. This too far. We are 21. So this to the overview of best practice deployment and CI/CD. Go ahead and play with this. Don't hesitate to hit me up if you hit any broker or you want if you want an office hour. Don't hesitate to reach me out. So, like I said, this is much to cover in one session, but it is few and simple to cover at any time you may have. So I didn't see this reaction. What was that, Jean? Jean Dev, what was that? I didn't see this reaction. What was it? Okay. So go ahead and play with it. Going to I'm not going to give you the project today, but I'm gonna share it via the um, via the WhatsApp, right? So go play with the things. I have left some kind of work for you to do. Uh, yeah, I have left some kind of work to do here. Like you can just do CI/CD deployment for which will be deploying this project every time there is a new change. So you have to specify you have to specify the branch and many and rules about and when on what event and on which branch. What event, which branch. Uh, this doesn't mention the branch. So this only say on what which is stand for event. Yeah, I have to correct it. But you define what event, which branch. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the session. So if you have any question that you want to ask, please go ahead and unmute yourself. If no question, that we call it a session. Now before we go, I would like to introduce you to there is only one platform, one easier platform that I have seen, which you can visit yourself and try to play it. So it is called the Undersea. Like I said, Undersea is a Rwandan is Rwandan, do you mean logs? Do you mean no? No, don't mean log. Logging. It's called the off-rogging. You see, it's called the undersea. So it is really easier platform to deploy on when you are familiar or you like when you like to use a terminal a lot. So you only have to do two commands. Like this one, you see, I'm just logged in by writing undersea off-rogging, and then I'm good to access what to access the platform on my terminal. As you can see now, I'm authenticated. Now what I can do